Well, greetings, Loud House fans, and it's finally time I actually do a review on an episode of The Loud House. Yes, I've mentioned The Loud House a lot, and I've pretty much put Loud House characters into my headcanon, so it's time I do a review on a Loud House episode, or two, to be more precise, since this is a two-parter. But anyways, I've actually decided to watch Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind, the latest Halloween special that they have. And guess what? It's actually the best Halloween special that the Loud House has. I'm not saying it because it's the latest episode, but I'm saying it because it's just a good episode. It's a great episode, and I actually find it more enjoyable than Tricked, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion, though. But anyways, I want to bring this up because there are still some people that think that I obsess over the Loud House. There's nothing wrong with liking a show, but I do not obsess over the Loud House. Yes, I do mention it a lot, and I do support the show itself, and do have some artworks of the Loud House, and have some characters in my Loud House headcanon. Yes, I do have a Loud House headcanon. But that does not mean I obsess over the show or simp over the Loud Sisters, because I just think the Loud Sisters are good characters, that's all. I just think the Loud House is a good show. And I don't think it's this perfect Nickelodeon masterpiece like how a lot of people say, but I just like the Loud House. I don't think the Loud House is the best Nickelodeon masterpiece, nor do I think it's perfect. It's an 8 out of 10. Yeah, you can't give it any higher than an 8 out of 10 because it's just not perfect. And it does have some flaws, believe it or not. But it's still a good show, and it might not be the best Nicktoon of all time. I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender still gets that honor. But it's still a great show to watch, and it's the best Nicktoon that's on right now. Like, the best Nicktoon that's still airing. But anyways, Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind starts off with Lincoln Loud dressed up as one of the characters from Planet Protection Patrol. Yep, Triple P, not Triple D like drivers, drive-ins and dives. I mean Triple P like Planet Protection Patrol. And I know it's supposed to be parodying shows like Star Trek, but I actually find it more of a nod to Buzz Lightyear's Star Command, considering that it has a lot of similarities to that show. And I actually do like that they are giving attention to a show that doesn't get much love, sadly. Buzz Lightyear's Star Command is a great show, and I would have to do a review on it sometime. And I do like the fact that they adapted the story of Buzz Lightyear in cartoon form. And that actually makes sense because Buzz Lightyear, if you haven't known already, yeah, he is one of the Space Rangers of Star Command, and he's always there to protect the universe and the galaxies from evil aliens and evil baddies like Zurg. Yep, Emperor Zurg, because I've pretty much seen all the Toy Story movies up to this point. But anyways, the show starts off with Lincoln Loud dressed up as one of the characters from that movie within a show, and his friends show up dressed up as the other characters from that movie that is mentioned in the episode itself. Yeah, it's not a real movie, it's a fictional movie, but it's still pretty cool that they dress up as characters that are from a movie that pays tribute to a lesser known show, since I like that. And of course, Lincoln Loud gets to venture into the haunted house that the Loud family set up. Yeah. The Loud family has actually went to the trouble of setting up a haunted house. And according to the show itself, well, at least according to Lincoln, they've done this for 3 years now. And they always dress up as the same characters. And yeah, out of the costumes in this year's Halloween special, I think that Laurie's and Lenny's are the best. Because, well, their cat costumes definitely do give off the Catwoman vibe, and I do wish that they would have whips with them in their hand, because Catwoman, she has a whip. Yeah, I'm not saying that to be weird. I'm just saying that because Catwoman always carries around a whip. But anyways. Yeah, Catwoman always carries around a whip, and that completes the look. But anyways. I do think Laurie and Lenny's costumes are the best, but the other costumes are also pretty good, and I do like the nod to, well, Beetlejuice and that Lynn Loud Jr.'s dressed up as a football zombie. Yeah. Whenever I see football zombies, I just can't help but think of Beetlejuice, alright? Because Beetlejuice has football zombies. Or football ghosts. Yeah, I know they look like football zombies, but they're ghosts in the movie. And they're undead. And speaking of nods to Beetlejuice, the costumes that are shown in flashback by Rita Ladd and Lynn Ladd Sr. are actually a nod to the wedding costumes that the Maitlands have when they were resurrected in the movie itself. Yeah, pretty cool. Their actual costume is a monster costume that they had dressed up as. Although I would wish that Lenny Loud would dress up as Princess Leia and Laurie Loud would dress up as Padme Amidala. But of course, because Star Wars is owned by Disney, it would be hard for them to get the rights to use those costumes. But that's besides the point. I'm not going to spoil the episode too much, but in the show itself, the characters started getting adopted, and that includes the Loud family. So yeah, it's up to Lincoln and his friends to save the day. Yeah, Lincoln and his friends, including Rusty Spokes, Zach Girdle, Liam Honeycutt, Clyde McBride, and yes, even Stella Zhao, the Filipino girl. I always thought she was Indian for some reason, but no, she's part Filipino. Or part Filipino. However you want to pronounce it. But anyways, on to the second part, and it actually gets really exciting, as we do get to see what the aliens look like. So, if you haven't known already, yeah, Chandler and Trent actually mess around with the gadgets that the Girdle family invented, and of course, Chandler signaled out the aliens by accident. Yeah, don't you just hate it when that happens? Don't you just hate it when the bullies mess around with you? And Hawk and Hank don't appear in the episode, they've appeared in Tricked. So our bullies are Trent and Chandler. A.K.A. the guys that are just asking for it. But anyways, in the second part, we do get to see what the aliens look like, and they are invertebrates. At least they don't have any bones. Yeah, consider them as a different alien species. Since there are probably other aliens in the show itself from different planets. That's just me, though. Yeah, in the second part, Lincoln actually sacrifices himself just so he can teleport himself to the alien's ship. And of course, they get another invention that the Girl family had, and it's a teleportation device that's made out of an old old photo booth. So yeah. And what happens next is they have to deal with the aliens. I'm not going to spoil the ending because I highly recommend you to watch this episode if you're a huge fan of The Loud House, and believe me, it's good. So I'm not going to spoil the ending, but what does happen was actually great, and the heroes definitely saved the day. Yeah, Link and his friends saved the day. But I'm not going to spoil the ending. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the ending, since I'm not going to leave out any spoilers. But anyways, Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind. Yeah, it's a play on word of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which is a good movie, by the way. Is actually a great Halloween special, and the best Halloween special that the Loud House has to offer, at least in my opinion. It's much better than Tricked. Yeah, so the showrunners have actually done a good job at making a Halloween special that far surpasses Tricked. Bravo, man. Bravo. You've done excellent. But sadly, certain other characters like Catherine Mulligan and Carol Pingree are absent. Even though Catherine does appear a lot. It would have been cool if we saw her dressed up as another one of the characters from the movie itself. So yeah. If you are a huge fan of The Loud House and you are in the Halloween mood, I'd highly recommend you to give this episode a watch. It's one of the best two-parters out there. It's proof that stuff in The Loud House, at least episodes in The Loud House, have gotten better ever since the dumpster fire that is Schooled had aired. So yeah, the showrunners have obviously learned from Schooled, and now they're cooking up some great episodes. And in my opinion, the later seasons of The Loud House are actually better than the older seasons, because if you haven't known already, earlier seasons are usually not nearly as good. Well, in my opinion, The Loud House had a slow start in season 1, and it wasn't that great, but it did improve in later seasons. And that's where it was. And that's where it shines the most with later seasons. So yeah, definitely give Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind a watch if you're a huge fan of The Loud House and you're just in the Halloween mood. And I give this episode a 9 out of 10. And if you want me to review other Loud House episodes, let me know in the comments, because The Loud House is just not one of those shows that you have to, that you can't, they can just review alone and call it a day. You have to go for every episode of the show itself. So yeah, I'm planning on doing more Loud House reviews. And if you want to see another if you want to see this video right here of me reviewing the Atmosphere game, since my only other episode review that I've had uploaded is Boy's a Bummer, and that episode wasn't that great, then I highly recommend you to watch that episode, that review of Atmosphere on the SNES, the unreleased game reviewed by none other than Jeff the Green Demon. And you know the drill by now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on the latest Racer 7 Productions videos. Although, to people who already subscribed to my channel, all you have to do is like and comment. But anyways, this is the Bandito signing off, and catch you guys next time. Peace out. Happy Halloween, everyone.